Hey Lunarticks, this reading is for anyone who identifies as a Gemini during December 2018, or for anyone who is interested in a Gemini energy, the Gemini energy in general, drawn to the Gemini energy for any reason. Maybe it's your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or any other placement, or maybe it's your partner's sign, possibly Geminis. I did just see the Lovers card. It looked like there, and I got the same impression while shuffling and meditating with the deck, that a lot of you are trying to hold on to something very tightly in your emotional realm, something that is present with you, something that's present with you when you look at how you're feeling currently and why. Maybe an earth sign, Virgo is what I think of with the Nine of Pentacles for some reason, but it could be Capricorn or Taurus as well. The Chariot in reverse, Geminis. Maybe they're a Cancer. Not sure if I can get this anymore on the cards for us, but I will show you. Hey, come here. 1 second. Okay, we've got I sense progress will be slowed this month for some Geminis. Not just because of the Chariot in reverse, but seeing the Temperance card now reminds me that it came up before recording as well, with the Eight of Wands in reverse. So all of that together, I do see progress slowed, at least during Sagittarius season, which does end on the 21st. Some of you are hoping for a period of mourning to end, and some of you are hoping that you don't need to leave behind more than you lost in this situation, Geminis. For some reason, some of you are afraid of healing, finally. And there may have been some harsh communication that led to this mourning that you're hoping will end. And it may be that by the end of the month, maybe after Sagittarius season ends, though, the necessary forgiveness is found and applied to the situation, Geminis. But the lesson could be about the harsh communication that led to this this need for healing, this need for mourning to end, and that has also resulted in, as I said, probably a slowed progress, downright stagnant energy for some of you. Slowing down and being more patient and careful and aware and mindful of our words and our communications, our actions, our choices is exactly what we needed to do in the root of the situation. And so we find ourselves at a stagnant place where we can reflect on how we got here. For a lot of us, it's how we lost someone. There were some harsh words exchanged. For others, it's not a total loss. As I said, we're hoping for not leaving behind more than we lost. So I see for a lot of us, there's something to be salvaged. I'm sure it's hindered by us being afraid of a healing. The Nine of Swords is in our fears position, but in its upturned position. Maybe afraid that this relief, this healing is too far off. We're afraid that it's not coming, some of us, that we'll never heal from this, that the mourning won't stop, or that the pain won't, even once the mourning has. Your advice is the Ace of Swords, and I think for a lot of us that means a fresh perspective, a new way of looking at the situation that we're facing currently, or in currently, I should say. It's also an opportunity to communicate. Perhaps the advice is to talk to this person the way that you feel you should have. Look at this as an opportunity to use your mind and be a problem solver in this space where there may be a lack of progress. Some of you are fighting against that. Either you're missing a Cancer, or you're just feeling stagnant, feeling like you can't move forward, can't move on, can't get this healing to begin, this mourning to end, whether it's a Cancer or not. And some of you are fighting against that feeling by pushing progress forward in your 3D material external world, and your work, other relationships, perhaps. And there's this almost greedy energy about that push forward. It's sort of not natural. You want to heal. You want your mind, your body, and your spirit want to rest and heal and to learn the lesson, especially if it was harsh communication that led us here. To find forgiveness, to find patience for this healing, to find and see and communicate the truth in our truth, authentically, genuinely, kindly, likely. If something's ended between you and someone else, we're at least wanting to end things on a nicer, kinder note, or whatever situation may be. It's how you left a job or left a roommate situation, a friendship. It's not necessarily a romantic partnership, but a partnership of some type, likely. It could have been leaving a group, because I see the Five of Cups. It can be that you've lost some of these individuals, but not others. But yeah, pushing progress forward in this way, it's an energy, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, that seems like it is eager to move up. We're going to get one unifying message, and it will be an additional piece of advice from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Now, this message, I want to say, may apply to the whole month of December. I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you or not, Geminis. It may apply to the whole month of December. It may just apply to the first half for some, because I do see myself being able to put up mid-month readings. So the timeline will likely be, as always, a little different for everyone. But what I see coming up past the temperance card, beyond this forgiveness, this patience, perhaps beyond the end of Sagittarius season ending. And there's something about the sun being in Sagittarius for some of you. This time of year that is bringing a lot of you down, Geminis. I don't know if it's just the weather, just missing the sun in general, or for some, depending on where you are, or for others, it's like a memory at this time, or something, or because of all this just recently happening at this time. Maybe I'm talking about the fact that this is going to become a time of year now that's painful for you because of this. I'm sorry. For others, though, it already was. It's already a hard time of year. Or I'm speaking about the fact that astrologically what's going on during Sagittarius season is particularly rough for you Geminis. And that may have had a lot to do with the miscommunication or harsh communication with Mercury being retrograde currently. And in Sagittarius, right? Let me just glance at my couple of astrology notes. Well, it actually will be moving into Scorpio tomorrow, still retrograde, but then back into Sagittarius on the 12th, after it's already stationed direct on the 6th in Scorpio. But still, we'll be feeling the effects of that for a couple weeks after it stations direct. And then Venus was also in Scorpio, or will also be in Scorpio at the same time here in just a couple of days. Then there's the new moon in Sag this season, of course. There's the full moon in Cancer on the 22nd. Mars moves into Aquarius on the 31st. In any case, for different reasons, for different Geminis, it's been this has been and already was or is now just a difficult time of year for you for some other reason. Well, it's a reason outside of this for a lot of Geminis anyway. But what I see coming up past the forgiveness, past the patience, the temperance card, the end of this season, perhaps for some, is the Hierophant card. Speaking of perhaps faith and ritual, or a humble teacher, maybe someone who can help you out of this mental and emotional state if come the end of the year and so on, you are still needing relief from this. It also can be a Taurus energy if that is who you are missing. I did say earth signs earlier, and now I see the Knight of Pentacles upturned and the Hierophant card. Maybe it is a Taurus and or Cancer energy that is absent, Geminis, perhaps, for some of you. Oops. Okay. So just one piece of advice that also serves as a unifying message for Gemini's December 2018 reading. The Father card. Interesting. I love the mix of messages we've gotten from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot this month, lately anyway. The Mother card, the Father card, the Crone card coming out with messages. And Gemini, you have the Father card. So let's take a look at the guidebook. Get the message directly from here. It is in its upright position. I'll let you take a look at that. His ideal form is a strong, confident man who, while not believing that the world revolves around him, is very much the center of power within his family unit. He represents the family's core strength and unity. He is stillness within the storm, someone who is active in his role of provider, protector, teacher, and leader. The father is a decisive man of action. He teaches not only by instruction but by example. He is a man of integrity and honesty, someone who keeps his promises and takes responsibility for his actions. He is the provider not just of financial security and sustenance, but also of order and discipline. He sets the rules within the family home, and they are not just rules that he sets for others, but rules he follows himself. Those rules are constants that provide safety and peace within the home, while still allowing all within that space to flourish. On page 44. He is supportive and encouraging and also unafraid of play and laughter. He inspires curiosity and creativity in others with his positive influence and interest. He is, above all else, interested and affectionate. He wants to know his children and show that he cares. He takes a proactive role in knowing his children's likes and dislikes, loves and fears, and does all that he can to have his children leave the family home as confident, happy adults. And I hear a lot of similarities and comparisons between that and the Hierophant card that we see coming up by the end of the month, maybe more into January, maybe just as soon as mid-month for some. There's this is a unifying message. Maybe this is the type of partner you're looking for or looking to be. I'm sure you all, if it resonates, you all will know how that could connect as what this is really about for you. As I said, it's not necessarily about a romantic partnership. So some are missing their father, or it could be the father of your children. Maybe looking for that type of a partner is why things have to end with the one that they've just ended with, if that was the case specifically. Because the Hierophant card is in the future, I want to read a little bit more about the father, because that Hierophant energy is reminding me of that father role that's illuminated here. Because of that makes me want to read the future portion of this description as well. I think it will be relevant. I don't think I'll even necessarily know how, but you all might. When the father appears in the future position, I'll let you look at this one this time. When the father, or maybe we'll let you look at both of them. When the father appears in the future position, it symbolizes a need to step up, take charge, and lead the way. If you are the head of the household, there are certain responsibilities that come with the position. If your position is one that involves, no, this is the present position, I'm sorry. if it's one that involves children, it is your responsibility to set a good and positive example. To finish that out, guide them, instruct them, and inspire them, and inspire confidence within them. So that message is maybe for some then. The future, it says, he has a message that relates to control and imposing order. Discipline and structure have their place and purpose through use of both. Things get done in a timely manner. However, at times we may try to control people in circumstances that are beyond our governance. The Father card in this position asks us to differentiate between what is within our control and that which is not. For instance, you have control over your body, what you do with it, what you eat, whether you choose to exercise, how much or little you sleep or play. These are things you decide. You're also responsible for and able to control how you respond and react to a situation. If children are involved, again, this is an area where control over your emotions and reactions is necessary. How you express your thoughts and feelings in the presence of children can have a great impact on their developing minds and egos. As the adult, be mindful that you are being watched and learned from. Be sure that you are setting an example that you yourself would be happy to have emulated. You have control over how you spend your time and with whom you spend your time. You have control over the work you do, the number of hours that you work, and for whom you work. You might tell yourself that you do not, but you do. What you do not have control over is anything that is external to you. You do not have control over other people's thoughts, feelings, actions, or reactions. So it is important not to attempt to exert control over others. Avoid the impulse to dominate or bully or behave in a dictating manner. A dictatorial manner. Allow others their autonomy and encourage independence. Remember, you are there to support and guide. The Father in the future position cautions against kingship or dictatorship. Your role is that of teacher. A teacher will need to use discipline at times, but their role is not one of control and domination. Teach and encourage those in your care, whether they be child or adult, to be curious, questioning, confident, loving, and compassionate. For this to be accomplished, you must accept that they will also offer different opinions and embrace beliefs of their own and ultimately follow their own path. So for some, this is a message about a parent-child relationship, whichever one you happen to be in the situation, and that is what this is about. That is how this applies to you, and I love that Ravynne Phelan gave you the advice and messages instead of me. I love using this deck, knowing that she wrote this deck for her children, that it's dedicated to her children in the front of the book, and to have a parent give you that advice. I am not a parent. I'm obviously a cat mom of a few, but I don't have any children of my own, and so I love her perspectives on those things. Not that I don't have my own, but I think that that's appropriate, that's where that advice came from, for those of you who resonate with it in that way. And you may very well be the child in the situation. I'm unsure, or the adult child, right? I do see that for some Geminis, and this is not for all, and we may not be talking about you, we may be talking about the other person or another person in the scenario with you, but I do see that a counselor may be necessary in a situation, may be helpful in the situation. And with the choice card beneath that, yes, that is your choice, whether or not you involve anyone else, ask for help when you need it. And there's just this constant reminder with this deck and on this channel in general, that we have choices always, that we always have a choice. We always have many options. We can always choose to exercise our free will. Course correct, change the path that we're on. So with that, Geminis, I will leave your message there because we are 25 minutes in. And I do thank you just for checking it out. Again, for liking and subscribing, if I already said that. I really appreciate that. And the messages, comments, shares, emails, all of your kind words, your purchases and donations. I'm truly grateful for each and every one of our energy exchanges. Again, if I already told you, I'm not sure. But if you are interested in a private reading from me, just scroll down to the description box below. Check out the About section on my YouTube channel, or the banner has the links as well. Or you can just email me at LunarticksTarot@gmail.com, and I'm happy to talk to you about your options. I am doing 2019 yearly readings now, private readings anyway. So we can do those in a half-hour session and just look at the seasons. We can do an hour long and look at each month. You can do 90 minutes and we'll get more in depth. So those are options too, if that's something that interests you. Let's see, we did glance at this astrology, didn't we? Yes, we did that, and I believe that's everything. I do hope you make very wise choices moving forward, Gemini, throughout the rest of Sagittarius season and Capricorn season 2 into the new year. And I love you. I will post another tarot fix for you very soon.